Hey folks, let's get this show on the road. Yes, we are recording, just double checking there. Welcome back for another Shaner'S Rant. How are you? I'm not so great today. I've really pushed myself since last Friday, and we're Wednesday. I've been doing a lot of stuff physically, which is hard for me, and I've just overdone it. Now I've cooked myself. I'm done. I can barely walk. Just barely getting around. It was all I could do just to get out of bed without falling down and get to my chair and just make coffee today. So I had to go down the stairs twice, and it's like, this is not good. This is not good today, man. And I've destroyed my shoulder again, and well, the cortisone that wore off. I got 3 months out of it. And so, I didn't really do a lot of working out with it, but I was able just to live normal, like a normal life, and lift normal things and do normal things like I should. So, going back for more cortisone on that. So, that's a health update on me. I'm done right now. I'm not going to be able to do anything come the weekend unless I just sit on my fat ass for a little bit. So, well, I got nothing on the go today, so I'm going to punch out a podcast, maybe two. So first of all, swig of coffee to all my fellow hard-working Canadians out there. My favorite mug, Moose mug from Algonquin Park. I got lots of stuff to get through. Some of it's really old, probably too old, but I'll punch through it all. What was I going to do first? Oh yeah, there it is. By the way, anybody else suffering from allergies? Wow. Wowzers. As soon as I go outside, I just can't see. I'm just crying and tearing up and snotting, and wow, what a mess. I think this is one of the worst years. Yeah, I've had to take 2 pills almost every day. Brutal. But hey, it's spring, right? We're not shoveling snow. We're not freezing to death. Actually, I'm freezing to death right now. Sorry for the noise. I'm sitting beside a fan and an air conditioner blowing it around, and that's why I'm wearing a sweater. I am not turning it down because it is going to get... I'm upstairs, and it gets like 10 degrees hotter, so it's going up to 35 today. If I didn't have anything running, it would be 45, 50 degrees up here. It's just a sweat box. So that's okay. I'll wear a sweater and suffer. Anyways, moving on. First video from Mario from the North. Alright, we got the volume set. Where'd the play button go? I guess I gotta just click on it.
If you live in Ontario, trust me, you're going to want to listen to this. Doug Ford just tabled a record nearly $250 billion budget, double deficit, set to bleed the province balance sheet into red. I'm going to break this down for everyone in Ontario so you fully understand the context of this. This is the largest budget in Ontario history. The deficit is going to be nearly $14 billion, and that's if we're lucky. That's the biggest since COVID. Ontario's debt is about to cross $500 billion next year. $500 billion. What did we get for it? We got a 1-year HST rebate on new homes that are eligible for non-Canadians. Non-Canadians, it's open to everyone. And this all sounds great until you realize that they already tried this for first-time home buyers a few months ago. Ford himself admitted that, then these are his exact words, it didn't move the needle. And his solution, do the same thing again, but make it cost $2.2 billion instead. Now, the housing starts in 2025. It's about 62,000. The government's own target is 1.5 million homes by 2031. And they're nowhere close to that. And here's the part that should make your head spin. Yesterday, if you live in Ontario, trust me, you're going to want to listen to this. Doug Ford just tabled a record nearly
Sorry, that video got cut off. Well, we'll move on. So what do you think about that? That's heavy-duty debt. You know, I'm conservative, but I don't see Doug Ford as a conservative at all. He's in his own lane. He's as liberal as a conservative can get. I've said it before, I got a love-hate relationship with this guy. And it's more hate than love, but I don't know what to make of the guy. He makes huge buffoonery mistakes. But who else are you going to get in? Like, there's nobody going to run against him. I mean, there's nobody. I don't know. All right, moving on. BUTLER, AI strategy for Canada.
A new AI strategy, yeah, artificial intelligence strategy for Canada. Woohoo! No, it's all fuckery and stupidity and makes no fucking sense at all, okay? So, why the fuck is there an AI strategy from government, okay? Like, isn't AI strictly a commercial thing? Like when the cell phones came out, did we get a big fucking announcement? Oh, we're gonna have a cell phone strategy for Canada. Fuck no, we never had that. When social media hit, did we hear there was going to be, oh, we're going to have a social media strategy for Canada. It's going to be Canada made. What is there like, have you noticed that there's a TikTok Canada? Did you see the government of Canada bring out a TikTok or anything else like that or fuck all? No, we never do that. Never. Suddenly we're doing it. And the government's saying, oh yeah, fuck, we're going to build the biggest supercomputer on earth. Sure you are. You can't build a fucking road. Okay? You can't buy rifles correctly for the fucking army, but you're gonna build the biggest supercomputer on Earth? No, you're not. It's a fucking lie. It's a fantasy. It's fuckery. It's insanity, okay? But why is there a strategy at all? I mean, the only strategy for AI is that you could just deregulate some shit to support the infrastructure. You should make it really easy to build gas-fired electrical plants, natural gas-fired electrical plants. Make it easy as fuck, cheap as fuck. And thank you very much, because we have 300 years worth of natural gas in Canada. So why the fuck not build those power plants, okay? Oh, well, Ron, I mean, they may take power away from the cities. So then don't take the fucking power away from the city. We got 1,000 capped gas wells in Alberta. Just fucking uncap the gas wells, build the fucking plant in someplace next to Edmonton, and just pour all the fucking natural gas in there for the data centers, okay? This isn't fucking hard, and it doesn't need any government involvement. It just needs deregulation and permit approvals. That's all. You don't have to build the biggest supercomputer on Earth, which you're never going to do. It's just pure horseshit, okay? You don't need a fucking strategy. You just need to unleash private enterprise to do it, okay? Because if you put government workers in charge of anything, we all know it's fucked. Like, we've all lived it. We've all experienced it. We've all phoned CRA and they don't speak English, okay? So why the fuck would we have the government build a supercomputer? Fucking ridiculous. So take your AI strategy, shove it right up your ass, okay? And don't do it. Just save us the taxpayers' dollars and just get out of the way, and AI will show up just like cell phones showed up.
Okay, the man has a salty way of presenting things, but he's not wrong. I mean, how can you disagree with that? I love this guy. I just love this man. One hell of a potty mouth. One hell of a potty mouth. But I have yet to really disagree with him on any subject. So that's why I let him say it. And moving on, here's Ron's thoughts on the technical recession.
About the economy in Canada was kind of shitty, like it's bad, like it's 2 quarters of negative GDP, which technically is a recession. The Prime Minister finally responded with, hey, We just need more immigration. Yeah, that's why. We reduced immigration, so the economy went to rat shit. If we just brought immigration back, I guess that means it would be better. What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay, so there's a couple of possibilities. By the way, the Prime Minister's right. Carney's right. If you import 1 million people, 1.2 million, 1.3 million people in a year, your economy will grow. It'll grow just fucking feeding them, okay? Feeding them and housing them and giving them some transportation. Your economy will grow. Yes, fuck yes. But if you don't have that 1.23 million people jumping in every year, which will destroy your society if you do that. If you just keep having 1 million people show up every year, pretty soon you're just reduced to chaotic madhouse. So, yeah, so the long term, you can't do it. And the government agreed, yeah, this is fucking nuts. We can't have all these people coming. So his excuse, though, for a bad economy is sending the people back or having the people leave because they don't want to stay, that his government told them to leave. Okay, like this government decided to reverse immigration and people had to go home. So what the hell is the Prime Minister really telling us here? Like, this is a very fucking confusing message if you ask me. Are you pro-immigration? Are you against immigration? Are you pro-recession? Are you against recession? Like, it's very fucking confusing. But to use the reducing immigration in Canada to justify a recession is fucking crazy, okay? It's crazy. Like, it might be factual, but it's crazy because don't say that. Say that we're going to have a solution to get us out of this economic mess and execute on it, okay? Execute on it. Do that. Have a plan and do it. And a year from now, the economy's better. But if a year from now the economy's not better, you better shut the fuck up about this immigration stuff. Because you can only use one line of bullshit once, okay? So yeah, that's the story of the lousy economy from the Prime Minister, and we're going to find out what happens. Well, the news came out the economy in Canada was kind of shitty, like it's bad, like it's too...
So what do you think about Ron's thoughts there on immigration? Is he wrong, right? Makes sense. What are your thoughts? Leave a comment below. I'd love to hear what you think. And we're moving on. Got another video from Mario for the North. Opinion. Fake conservatives that want Pierre gone. This is happening more and more. Whoops. Oh, I screwed the pooch there. I didn't... Oh. You think I was a newbie at this? Here we go. Oh man, this didn't load right at all. Hold on, sorry folks. Most podcasts you don't see the guy actually have the pause button on screen, but whatever. I don't have any help doing this, so anyways, I got it working. Here we go.
Is resonating with voters, this argument over trying to say that Mark Carney caused all of this?
I think I said it last week, how it's dangerous politics to be going out here claiming the sky is falling. When in a month's time or 2 months' time, when the next numbers come out, it shows that it isn't. It was a week later. We're here a week. The job numbers are better than they were last quarter. We have the C.D. Howe Institute coming out and arguing, another economist saying it's not a recession. And it's problematic when you choose to go down that road that Poilievre has chosen to go down so aggressively, almost like he's rooting for a recession. I understand partisan politics very well. I'm a tribal conservative. I want to win the next election. 3 years before an election, screaming that the sky is falling every week is not how you do it.
I want to explain something to all Canadians that you might not know. That guy that you saw there, his name is Fred Delory. He actually used to be on Doug Ford's campaign. He was a director of operations. In addition, he was the campaign manager for Aaron O'Toole, the one who lost to a weak Justin Trudeau, for taking weak liberal stances. And this is the important part. These are the people that I consider fake conservatives. They actually do a lot more damage to the Conservative Party than anyone else. Want to know why I believe they get on TV and say things like this? Liberal talking points, things that criticize Pierre Poilievre, it's because they're on the outside. They're no longer needed. If they were, they'd be getting a phone call asking for advice from Pierre Poilievre and his team. He doesn't, and so they hop on TV and they criticize. And it allows Liberal MPs like Mark Gerritsen to make videos on literally that video that I just showed you. And the title for his video, you can even see above. It says, "What happened to Pierre?" And he talks about how Fred, a conservative, is criticizing Pierre Poilievre, and you should never listen to what Pierre says. And I've said this before, there's an active campaign by people who previously were involved with the Conservative Party that want to get rid of Pierre Poilievre. I think it's people like Aaron O'Toole, not surprisingly, this guy Fred Delory, a guy named Dimitri Soudas who wrote a hit piece on Pierre Poilievre last year, who you may see constantly on TV criticizing Pierre Poilievre. And like many of you guys already know, Corey Tanaik, who criticized Pierre Poilievre during the election.
Dick.
He used to be the former director of communications for Stephen Harper. Dimitri Soudas was fired by Stephen Harper. All four of these people that I named, they are not actively currently involved in politics. In my opinion, they're desperate to get back in. And in order to get back in, Pierre needs to go because he's in their way. I criticized Carney's speech. Aaron O'Toole tried to come after me. I checked him really hard. Fake conservatives.
How do you think this is?
Well, that Corey Tanaik guy was just recently involved in politics. I forget the woman he was supporting there in the BC. In the PC leadership in BC. And this woman, I wasn't prepared to talk about it, so I didn't have my notes, but this woman was more of a liberal that turned PC, and this Corey Tanaik was her campaign manager. Man, can I get my thoughts straight? And she lost, and I just lost what I was going to say. Better put it on pause. So he's on the outs, and he worked on Doug Ford's campaign, and we all know Doug Ford is, like I said earlier, the most liberal PC guy there is right now. So, and he sucks up to the liberals all the time to get what he wants. I think people are just afraid of Poilievre because he will get shit done if he's in power. And I don't know why they're afraid of that. I think that should be applauded. I think that should be wanted. Let's get this country back on track. Next up, I've been wanting to watch this video from Andrew Scheer. And I'll be honest about Andrew Scheer, because when he was running for... when he was leader of the opposition, or for the PCs, I really wasn't heavily into politics then. But I knew I was against the Liberals, but I didn't feel the guy was ready to be prime minister and everything. And I really wasn't following it, and I didn't really like the guy. But within the last couple of years, the more I see of him in Parliament and his videos that he does, the more I really like him and respect him. I see him on TV more and more. I understand his perspectives more because I'm paying attention to it daily. So, anyways, let's give it a watch. I only watched like maybe a few seconds of it when it first came out, and I wanted to get through it. So here we go. This is in reference to Stephen Guilbeault stepping down.
Roman Empire, Harambe.
Hold on. There we go.
Roman Empire, Harambe. Stephen Guilbeault just resigned. Stephen Guilbeault is leaving federal politics. Wow. You know what? I should write him a quick note on behalf of all Canadians. Dear Stephen Guilbeault, I wanted to write you a quick note wishing you all the best as you leave the Parliament of Canada. Upon your resignation, I can't help but ponder the what's that word? Horrific outcomes your policies have caused Canadians. Here are some things that I actually admire about you, Stephen. I admire your convictions. After all, you will cling to your ideological position regardless of the facts or evidence mounting in your way, or indeed the cries from Canadians begging to have relief from the massive cost increases that your policies caused.
What I've said, Vashi, is that the consumer component of our carbon pricing system is a good policy.
Now, many politicians look back and say, well, what is the legacy of their time in office? What will stand the test of time long after they're gone?
I'm a liberal and a proud socialist, Mr. Speaker.
And as you leave Parliament, Mr. Guilbeault, you should take comfort in knowing that Mark Carney is keeping your legacy alive. You fought hard to bring in a No More Pipelines law, making it virtually impossible to get a new pipeline built to the Pacific. Well, good news. Mark Carney is keeping that law on the books. You killed billions of dollars of investment in Canada's energy sector with a shipping ban that only applied to Canadian exports. Even by Liberal standards, that's impressive. Well, the next time you're flying around in business class, emitting CO2, attending climate conferences, you can rest easy knowing that the fuel in that jet probably came from countries like Algeria, Nigeria, or Saudi Arabia, because Mark Carney has kept that shipping ban on Canadian exports. You fought hard to make gas-powered cars illegal, and Trudeau went along with it. Well, guess what? Mark Carney's keeping that too. All he's really changed is the name, what they're calling the mandate, but the result is the same. I'm sure I speak for MPs from all parties when I tell you that we will miss your pleasant and sunny demeanor. And I have to speak to you now as a Saskatchewan MP from a province that is proud of our natural resource development. Let me speak to you from the heart as a Saskatchewan MP. And the horse you rode in on. Sincerely, Andrew Scheer. You know, Mark Carney, it didn't need to come to this. You didn't have to let Guilbeault go. I mean, don't get me wrong, a lot of Canadians who want affordable home heating and gasoline are going to be happy about this. But it's not about the person leaving, it's about the policies that cause so much hardship. And you're keeping all those bad Liberal laws in place today. So Mark, why not just go all the way? Make Stephen Guilbeault's resignation mean something and repeal all those laws that cause so much hardship for so many Canadians for so long.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And the horse you rode in on. Oh. Andrew, if you had have done that years ago, I would have thought a lot higher of you back then. That is classic shit right there. And we're back. And I got another Ron video. This is on first-time home buyers.
Think that there's a chance for first-time home buyers. There's a chance for young people to buy homes. There's a chance to get into the housing market. Yeah, there's a chance, and then the government and circumstances and fuckery step in, and there's no chance again. What am I talking about? So the HST rebate holiday, 1 year holiday, there's no HST on new construction. I thought, when it came out, I thought, oh, fuck, finally a chance for young people to buy. So it's going to be a chance for first-time homebuyers to get in there. It's maybe not perfect, but it's a shot. And of course, boom! No, it's fuck all, nothing. It's like, first of all, the province somehow engineers people to come in and build up big funds, and companies jump in and buy unused, unsold condos by the dozens, by the 10s, by the 20s, the 40s. Okay, and guess what? The holiday applies to them. The GST credit applies to them, even though these constructions started like 10 years ago, 8 years ago, 7 years ago. Yeah, because they're unsold, it applies. So these huge companies who are going to swoop in and buy these condo units that are unsold, they get no HST, like sheer fuckery there. But then new data comes out. So we find out that the stimulation of sales of low rise by the HST holiday in Ontario. It's only a 1-year holiday, so all of a sudden the speculators and investors jumped in and bought all the townhouses because, hey, if we just wait till they're finished, they'll go up in price because we're buying with no tax, and then 18 months from now there will be tax. So we'll just sell them and pocket $100,000. Fuck, I can't even tell you how crazy this shit is. But yeah, turns out it's nothing, no help at all for young people who want to buy a home. Virtually none, okay? And if you want to hear just how bad it is, new stat comes out just last week from CMHC that they're spending on their insurance of units. It used to be it was all helping young people buy homes with 5% down, 10% down. Now it's 10 times the money. The insurance coverage is going towards purpose-built rentals and multifamily units. All rentals. 10x, 10 times, okay? Versus insurance on individuals buying homes. So that's where we're at, folks. All in on rentals, all in on speculators and investors and corporations buying homes. Fuck all for people who want to buy their first home. Reality is, it's fuck all. You know, even when you...
Interesting. So, how do we help people get their first home? How do we help the youth? I'm not smart enough to think of this kind of stuff, so I don't know. Sounds like a good idea to give a tax break, but if the rich people are buying it all up, it doesn't help the kids that are struggling. And here's something that Pierre Polyev posted. Only one leader in this group has given his country a recession out of the G20 countries. This is true. This is damn true. But let's not forget that Trudeau had a hell of a lot to do with this bullshit first. Carney, he's had a year to fix things, and he's not done a damn thing to help. He's made it worse. But Trudeau made it this way in the first place, so give him that much. Give him an inch. Next up, from the Canadian Taxpayers Federation, do you oppose government groceries? Big government grocery schemes have been tried across the world for decades and have failed every time. The Venezuelan government nationalized its country grocery stores in the early 2010s, resulting in mass food shortages and tenfold increase in malnourishment. The Soviet Union ran grocery stores that were notorious for food shortages, poor quality, and lack of selection. That's why former Russian President Boris Yeltsin was amazed by the selection of food products in small-town Texas grocery stores. Government grocery store schemes tried closer to home have failed miserably. The Illinois government funded a grocery store in Cairo, Illinois in 2023 with the goal of providing residents affordable food options. The store fell into financial troubles almost immediately and was unable to attract enough shoppers to cover the costs. Well, this is what the NDP, what's that guy's, Avi Lewis? He's all for this. I don't see it ever happening, and I don't see it ever working. Is there a lot of corruption with the grocery stores? You bet. Is there a lot of bullshit involved between the government and the grocery store chains? You bet. Why Trudeau ever gave, like Zehrs and all these other stores money to buy new freezers and stuff, I'll never understand. They have enough billions of dollars on their own. They don't need handouts from the government. And is there collusion on prices? Yes, there is. Yes, there's problems. Yes, there is. But you think government-run stores is going to be any better? And you think Avi Lewis running anything is going to be any better? What a kook. Oh, my God. Anyways, what has the government run that has been any better? Tell me. What would help in my idiot brain, and I'm not a smart man, Jenny, is lowering taxes. Lowering taxes on fuel that increase the prices on our food and make it more affordable from the top down, That would help. However, the flip side is once these prices go up, do you think they'll ever go back down? So, I don't know. But a government-run store? Oh my gosh. How about just the store? How about the stuff that the stores throw away? How about we just give that to people that need it? Anyways, moving on. Another post from Mario for the North. This guy's amazing. This guy's great. The last 11 years ago, this did not exist. $1.2 trillion in debt, uncontrolled immigration, Tim Hortons lobbying for foreign workers, record food bank use, government wanting to spy on us and take our firearms. Well, that's not true. They've been trying to do that, the Liberals, for the last 30 years. Where was I? Crime, tourism, PM spending $200,000 on airplane food. China greater than America. Criminals get caught then released. Transitioning children. Oh, that's awful. Tens of billions sent overseas for gender initiatives. Unaffordable housing. Flat growth. One party did this and continues to go down the same path. Amen, brother. Sorry, this episode's going a little longer, but I'll try and keep it short. That didn't make sense. I just contradicted myself. I don't know what the hell I'm saying anymore. I need some food. This from Mish Destasi. Trump, the president of another country, is responsible for everything happening to Canada. Carney, the Prime Minister of Canada, is not responsible for anything happening to Canada. Do you see how stupid this sounds? Do ya? And we're back. Moving on, Michelle FERERRI.
Oh, the Liberals are excited. They're going to be shoving this down your throat. So the announcement came out in May of 2026. The Canadian economy added 87,800 jobs in May of 2026. Okay, so they're pretty excited about this. Stay with me for a sec. We're coming into seasonal jobs, right? You know those people that have to go off work during the winter and then come back into summer jobs? Could that possibly be it? And I'm not saying this isn't good. A job is a job, and we need it. They left out of that headline, and what they hope you forget is that from January to April of 2026, Canada lost 112,000 jobs. listen, a job is a job and it's great and everybody needs it. And I would love you to comment below and tell me if you're one of these people that are actually able to find work, or your kids are actually able to find work. And maybe the Liberals will read the comments. Maybe they won't. They don't tend to listen. But regardless, this is how the Liberals work. They want you to celebrate the job that they were supposed to do in the first place by saying, oh, look at what we're able to do. No. You created absolute destruction of our economy, put us in a technical recession. You have the highest usage of food banks in history. You have insolvencies at increasing rates. Have the average Canadian at $200 away from bankruptcy. But here's the good message. I'm wearing my I Love Poland shirt. I just got back from Poland. Poland literally went from communism to the fastest growing economy. What can be done can be undone, and we can learn from them. Economists call Poland the economic miracle, and it is a very simple formula. Stay tuned. I'm going to have lots more to do with it, but the bottom line is, don't let them distract you. Don't let them tell you what a great job they're doing, when in fact their job is to create the environment for you to thrive. And when they give you little scraps and little tiny good news, they want you to forget about all the chaos and destruction they've created. Don't let them do that to you.
Interesting. She's a smart cookie. Thank you, Michelle. And here's another video from Michelle, and then we'll call it quits. We'll skip the Mr. Roper dad jokes today. I know, everybody's going to miss it, right? Nobody watching anyway. This I liked. Here we go.
Okay, guys, I just shot a great video, too, actually, with this guy, Stephen LeDrew. Now, I got to tell you something, because I think his story is really important. You were president of the Liberal Party of Canada.
That's true, for 5 years.
You were
no salary.
Journalist. You have worked extensively with the Liberal Party.
No, wait a second. No, journalists would say I'm not a journalist because I'm a lawyer. Practiced law for years and years.
You were a broadcaster.
Yes, that's true.
Okay. So, you are very critical of the Liberal Party.
Yes.
Why?
Because it's no longer the Liberal Party. It's closer to the NDP party or even the Socialist Party. And the Liberal Party that I grew up with, that I led, was democratic, and it was capitalistic. It had a conscience, but it believed in good government, effective government that's not big and not in people's faces all the time and not trying to control everybody. Justin Trudeau debunked the Liberal Party, and what's left of the Liberal Party is powerless over politicians. It used to have an influence on Martin, on Trudeau's father, on the other prime ministers, but the Liberal Party now is completely gutted and doesn't stand for anything except for the remnants of Trudeau's socialistic views, where people just do what the government says.
Okay, so 2 more questions, because I know you got an interview coming out here. As a former broadcaster and current broadcaster for independent news, how much of a role does government subsidized media play in shaping people's minds, especially who are over 55, who only watch mainstream media, in thinking what they think?
I'll give you one example. That's in the last few days, when the Prime Minister, before Parliament started, said, I've got these 5 projects, these 5 major projects that are going to kickstart the economy in Canada. And the mainstream news, big 5 new projects. Headlines in the Toronto Star, headlines here and there. And then people started to delve into it because of independent news, Michelle. And they realized these projects were already approved. They're already get going. Not always shovel in the ground, but this bureaucracy that Carney created to create more jobs is just that, another bureaucracy. And that the mainstream press didn't report that these were in fact bogus new projects.
He said it, not me. I already told you. I just say I told you so. But listen, okay, so where does Mark Carney fall if he just has all this wonderful economic experience and his resume is so impressive? How do you, as a former president of the Liberal Party,
yes,
give him his grade? How is Mark Carney doing?
I think that he is following in the footsteps of Justin. I'm told he starts meetings on time, and he is not irreverent like Justin was, but he really is doing nothing more than creating a bigger government even than Justin had. And I think that Canadians need an election. We got fooled in the last election. They need a new one.
Okay.
Wow. And that's the guy that ran the party. The Liberal Party. Wow. Interesting. Something to think about. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you, Mario. Thank you, Ron, for all the material. Appreciate it. Please, people, look up these folks that I share their videos. There's so many people that contribute online, and you know, they're obviously a lot smarter than me. That's why I'm using their videos instead of me meandering on like an idiot, which I still do anyways. Oh boy. Alright, one quick joke. I'm not going to pull up the boo sound effects or anything. We'll just do one quick joke. If you ever needed to scream and let your feelings out, I highly recommend a cornfield. There's no judgment, and they're all ears. Good Lord. Oh, man. Well, it's time for lunch. Take care, everybody. Thanks for spending time with me. Hit like, subscribe, share, leave a comment. Tell me what you think about any of these videos. Tell me what you think about this dumb show of mine. What you like, what you don't like. And if you have anything you'd like to suggest, let me know. Anyways, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. God bless and all that jazz. Have a good day.